theory itself, it states that Molten Freddy is subsequently entered into fun times before him, contained remnant from the original possessed animatronics that was harvested by William and injected into them via the scooper. A notable example of this idea is in the first closet, where after using the amalgamation, with the stew possessed by the spirits of their children, to gain remnant for his newly created fun times, allowing the children to control them. It's also explained some of the behavior featured by the fun times, such as them mistaking Michael for William, something that the Core 4 do with other adults as well. Henry mentoring the children on Pizzeria Simulator, Candy Cadet stories of 5 becoming 1, alongside several other details. When taking in the MoltenMCI theory, more of the Blob's behavior begins to make more sense, even down to little details like the massive amalgamation breathing heavily when we first discover it, which you have seen the Core 4, in particular Bonnie, doing back in the Silver Eyes. The obvious age trait for Afton could also be attributed to the children, who are still looking for vengeance, and their violent nature against anything that comes near them, including children in the form of Gregory, could be attributed to their loss of everything that made them themselves. Just like we see with the amalgamation, for Carlton reminds them of the past and Afton's evil, with them having no qualms attacking kids beforehand, with an example of this being the Susan-controlled Mangle that's in Jessica and the other kidnapped kids. With all this information in mind, my theory is that the Blob might be what remains of Afton's original victims all those years ago, still remaining inside the massive amalgamation in the form of the remnant remaining in the structure, with this being the result of Afton taking metal from the possessed animatronics, likely from the unwithered animatronics in the original Freddy's, as we know that it closed down right before the opening of Circus Baby's entertainment and rental, with this remnant being injected into the fun times, with the paranormal suspect staying inside Enter and later Molten Freddy. After staying within the twisted and mangled body for decades alone in solitude, they lost all semblance of themselves, becoming monsters and homicidal towards all that come upon it, resulting in the Blob.